The Koh-i-Noor diamond, with its intricate history and numerous claims of ownership, has been a subject of passionate debate between India and the United Kingdom. While India has long asserted its rightful ownership of the diamond, a closer examination of historical facts reveals a more complex narrative. In this discussion, we will explore the historical trajectory of the Koh-i-Noor, examining the various dynasties and rulers who possessed it over the centuries. Through this exploration, we will shed light on the intricate journey of the Koh-i-Noor and why conclusive ownership claims remain elusive, challenging the notion that it unequivocally belongs to India or Indians. Koh-i-Noor, a renowned diamond, is believed to have been mined anciently in the Golconda region of India. Many famous diamonds like Koh-i-Noor originated from prolific Golconda mines. In the 17th century, Mir Jumla oversaw the Golconda diamond trade as a Mughal minister. He established a vast network for exporting Golconda diamonds to Europe and Asia. Shantidas Jhaveri was another famous Golconda diamond trader under the Mughals. In the 17th century, Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan cut the Koh-i-Noor from 793 to 186 carats. The earliest mention of the Koh-i-Noor dates back to the 14th century with the Bahmani Sultanate in South India. It's unclear how the Koh-i-Noor went from early Indian dynasties into Mughal possession in the 16th-17th century. The Mughals, of Central Asian Perso-Mongol origin, assimilated into Indian culture over time. The Mughals acquired the Koh-i-Noor in the 16th or 17th century after establishing their rule in India. In 1739, Persian ruler Nader Shah invaded Delhi, seizing the Koh-i-Noor. After Nader Shah's death in 1747, the Koh-i-Noor passed through Afghan dynasties. Nader Shah invaded India from Persia in 1738, staying until 1740, and acquired the Koh-i-Noor after conquering Delhi in 1739. He plundered the treasury of the Mughal emperor. The Koh-i-Noor was acquired by Ranjit Singh of the Sikh Empire after defeating Afghans in the early 19th century. The Sikh Empire, weakened by instability and facing potential British annexation, held the Koh-i-Noor. Two versions exist regarding how the Delhi Sultanate acquired the Koh-i-Noor. One suggests the Koh-i-Noor was acquired as spoils of war, while the other implies it was gifted by Kakatiya dynasty ruler Prataparudra. The Kakatiya dynasty apparently possessed the Koh-i-Noor in the 14th century. They apparently took it to Delhi from the Deccan region, but no concrete evidence exists on how the Kakatiyas lost the Koh-i-Noor or its path to the Mughals. The first recorded mention of the Koh-i-Noor is with the 14th century Bahmani Sultanate. Stories suggest that earlier Deccan dynasties also possessed the Koh-i-Noor. The Bahmani Sultanate, based in South India, was ruled by Muslim sultans who likely acquired the Koh-i-Noor in the 14th century as a gift or war spoils. Following the British victory over the Sikhs, the Koh-i-Noor was surrendered in 1849 by an 11-year-old prince, Dulip Singh. Dulip Singh was not ruling independently but was under the supervision of adults. His uncle, Tej Singh, was the commander-in-chief running the Sikh government. The Treaty of Lahore was signed in 1846 between the British East India Company and the Sikhs, ending the First Anglo-Sikh War. Under the treaty, the Sikhs ceded territories, paid an indemnity, surrendered artillery, and reduced their army size. The British agreed to restore Sikh possessions seized during the war and promised to respect the Sikh Empire's integrity. The treaty was seen as a significant British victory over the Sikhs and gradually reduced the Sikh Empire to a protectorate status under British control. After the treaty, the Koh-i-Noor remained with the Sikhs until their defeat in 1848. Following the Second Anglo-Sikh War in 1848, the British took the Koh-i-Noor as war spoils. The British claimed that Dulip Singh later voluntarily gifted the Koh-i-Noor to Queen Victoria, but some argue that an exiled child could not have voluntarily surrendered it. The Koh-i-Noor was gifted to Queen Victoria by the British after its seizure in 1848. Accounts suggest that the Koh-i-Noor was ceded to the British in the 1846 treaty, but it only came into British hands after the 1848 conflict. To improve its brilliance, the British cut the Koh-i-Noor from 186 carats to 105 carats. The Koh-i-Noor was set in Queen Victoria crown for her 1937 coronation. After gaining independence, India sought the return of the koh-i-noor, citing its historical ties with Indian rulers. The British resisted calls to return the koh-i-noor and kept it as part of the crown jewels. India actively pursued diplomatic and legal options for the return of the koh-i-noor from the UK. The koh-i-noor remains a contested colonial symbol for both the British and Indians. Its complex history makes resolving the issue legally and ethically difficult. The ultimate fate of the koh-i-noor is uncertain given conflicting claims over its ownership. The exact origins of the koh-i-noor remain unclear, but it is traced to Golconda in India. The koh-i-noor and Darya-i-Noor are believed to have been mined in Golconda. The diamonds were likely mined by local laborers working in the region, but no records exist on precisely who mined the koh-i-noor. If the koh-i-noor represents colonialism, the British could consider returning it to modern Punjab. Ranjit Singh had earlier acquired the koh-i-noor after defeating Afghan rulers. The koh-i-noor is among the most valuable diamonds held by Indian and Afghan rulers. Its ownership continued to change hands after the Treaty of Lahore. The weakened Sikh Empire faced instability and the potential for British annexation. In the past, India was a source of diamonds before the 18th century, but they were not highly valued at the time. At the time of the 1846 treaty, colored gems like rubies were more prized than diamonds. Diamonds gained intrinsic value after large deposits were found in Africa in the late 1800s. African mines made diamonds more abundant and affordable by the late 19th century. Other major modern diamond sources include Russia, Canada, and Australia. The koh-i-noor has a complex history with various theories about its origins and ownership. No definitive evidence exists regarding the rightful modern claim to the koh-i-noor. Legal and ethical issues surrounding koh-i-noor ownership remain complex. The ultimate fate of the koh-i-noor is uncertain given conflicting perspectives on its history and ownership.